Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kseniya and I make videos with people who are going through the family immigration process. I'm not an immigration attorney. My videos are based on public information, my own experience, and the experience of my subscribers. And the purpose of my channel is to give you guys the confidence to go through this process completely on your own. In today's video, I wanted to make a quick explanation on who can file the I-130 petition and the I-485 application at the same time. As you know, in order for your relative to become a permanent resident in the United States, you as the petitioner will first have to file the form I-130, which will establish your relationship with your beneficiary and will also serve as the grounds for their future green card case. In some family-based cases, such as especially for relatives who are going to be doing consular process overseas, the form I-130 will have to be approved first before any other action can be taken. This also applies to family preference applicants. Those kind of applicants will also have to wait for the I-130 petition to first be approved before they can enter in a queue or a line for their green card processing. But there is a specific group of people, the kinds of relatives that can actually apply for adjustment of status without having to wait for their I-130 to be approved. And those relatives are called immediate relatives of a US citizen. That is spouses, unmarried children under the age of 21, and parents of US citizens. Now, those kinds of relatives, if they are already inside the United States and they entered the United States legally and have not violated any laws that would make them inadmissible for a green card, those kinds of relatives can apply for adjustment of status by submitting the form I-485 without having to wait for the I-130 approval. This process is also known as concurrent filing. There are two ways to go about this process if you believe you are eligible for it. In some cases, which is what a lot of attorneys recommend you do, and it's an old school way, is to submit the I-130 petition and the I-485 application along with some other additional necessary forms together in one packet and send it to USCIS. The other option is to first submit the I-130 petition online. When you submit the I-130 petition online, you will get a receipt notice in the Documents tab almost immediately after filing your case. Now, that exact receipt notice can then be used to submit together with your adjustment of status application by mail. Unfortunately, the I-485 application at this time cannot be filed online. So now that you have an idea of how concurrent filing works, let's answer some of the most common questions that I see in regards to this entire process. Number one question that I see a lot in terms of concurrent filing is to where exactly am I supposed to mail all these forms? USCIS tends to change the mailing locations quite frequently. I would say at least once a year they tend to change the filing locations. So you want to make sure to always rely on the USCIS site for mailing locations for any USCIS applications. The filing locations may vary if you decide to send the I-130 and I-485 by mail together, or if you decide to send the I-130 petition online and follow it up with I-485 by mail. Next question that I see sometimes is, I didn't know that I was eligible to send I-485 and I've been waiting for the I-130 approval the whole time. I don't know if I can go ahead and file the I-485 form. If the beneficiary is an immediate relative of a US citizen who is currently located inside the United States, who is eligible for adjustment of status, you can send the I-485 application at any time before or after the I-130 petition approval. You just need to make sure that you do include the copy of the I-130 receipt notice or a copy of the I-130 approval notice with your adjustment of status packet. The next common question is, what are the filing fees for all these documents? USCIS does make a $50 discount for the online I-130 application, and with the April 1st fee changes, there is a significant change to the fees for both of these applications, as well as any additional applications that you choose to submit with your case. I suggest that you check out that video that I made about the fee changes, and at the end of that video, I do break down the application fees for a concurrently filed adjustment of status case. In addition, you can always use the USCIS fee calculator to figure out how much you have to pay in fees. And the final common question I see is, if I decide to split up my applications and send the I-130 application online, when I send the I-485 form, should I include the evidence that I have already filed with my I-130? You absolutely do not have to do that. You only need to submit the supporting documents that are required for the forms that you are physically filing with USCIS. If the forms that you're filing by mail also request some of the same supporting documents that you have already filed online, you still have to send them. And also, you should not be including a copy of your entire I-130 application if you have already filed it with USCIS online. That is why it is so important that you carefully review the form instructions for each form to make sure that you're providing them with everything they need and also not sending them anything that they didn't ask for. So I hope that this video cleared up for you who can file the I-130 and the I-485 forms at the same time. Like this video if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys in my next videos. Bye!